Hello, how are you? Here we are, Monday the 2nd of May, Bank Holiday Monday, so happy Bank Holiday Monday to you. I have had to pre-record this little video message for you because as you're watching this right now, I am actually sitting in an ambulance watching motocross and hoping and praying that no one is falling off and hurting themselves because it's my day to be out with St. John. So I hope you're well, and I hope that you will forgive me for not showing up live, but for having pre-prepared this recording for you. May is a really intense month. At the weekend, we've just had the partial solar eclipse. Now, not all of us will have seen that eclipse, but we will all have felt the energy of it. And as you know, I follow Elizabeth Peru and her wonderful tip-off. I would urge you to follow her because she gives massive detail about how this really affects every single one of us. But the long and the short of it is that it's a really intense period. So that eclipse has happened over the weekend. With the new moon, time for new intentions, new settings. If you've been watching these blogs and video readings over the last few weeks, you will know that the energy has been ramping up. We have been prompted over and over and over to declutter, to take responsibility, to let go of things that we know we need to let go of. And now that eclipse doorway has opened. It's opened up. And for the next 2 weeks, we are in a really amplified and intense period of cosmic energy. And some people will really love this and other people might struggle a little. It'll all depend on how you have been doing your work over the last couple of weeks and months. It is a really good time to stay positive though and uplifted. So do things over the next couple of weeks that really make your heart sing, that make you happy, that make you feel good. For me, honestly, my diary is just completely green this whole month of May with St. John ambulance posts and duties that I have to do, but that makes me feel good. It makes me feel alive. It makes me, it's just something that I love to do. So for me, I'm amplifying that energy by putting myself out there in service to other people. So I would urge you to take a look at how you can give back over the next couple of weeks. How can you help others? How can you lean into what makes your heart sing and makes you feel good? Because the more we focus on what we want in the next couple of weeks, the more we'll get it and the quicker it will come in. So likewise, if you're feeling despondent or low or depressed or down or anxious, you'll get more of that. So it's really, this is a heads up to shift yourself, get yourself doing things that you really want to do. And the cards this week have really focused in on that to help you. It's also a month where we've loads of opportunities to grow and develop, and powerful intention time. So a time to really shine your light, a time to step into the flow and to refocus your intention, particularly with the energy of the new moon just over the weekend there. So try and go with the flow, meditate more if you can, create yourself a little moment of calm in your day where you can focus within, you can place your hands on your heart, you can breathe, you can step into nature, something just to give you a moment of checking in every day to make sure you're in alignment with your flow and what it is that you want. This coming Sunday, so Sunday the 8th, let me check the diary. Sunday the 8th of May is the halfway point as well between the equinox that we've just had there in March and the solstice, which is coming up in June. So it's a natural balancing point as well, right in the middle of this 2-week cosmic window of intense energy. Okay, so use this week to harness the energy, use this week to place your intentions out there, to focus on what it is you really want. Cards this week, I have used the wisdom of the hidden realms. You will probably notice over the next few weeks that I will be using the same cards on repeat over and over again, sort of maybe alternating them. It's because I'm packing up my house to move. We're moving in a few weeks. And as a result, lots of things have been put in boxes. So I only have maybe 4 or 5 packets of cards left out. The rest, all the other 20 or 30 packets might be in a box. So these are lovely, as always, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. I've used them before. I'm sure you recognise them. So this week, what did we get? We got the Wise Woman of Wonderland. We got the Camel Boy. And we got the Lady of Lightning. So let's have a wee look. What do these mean? What's it all about? So the Wise Woman of Wonderland. Let me just hold this up so you can see it, okay? So hopefully you can see that nice and clearly. For those who are watching the video, you'll see the cards. For those who are listening on SoundCloud to the pod, if you look at the little pod image, there's usually an image of the cards there for you. So the Wise Woman of Wonderland speaks of integrity and truth. Okay, she's asking you, have you been compromising yourself? Have you been saying yes when you mean to say no? Have you been feeling put upon? Have you not been really standing up for yourself or speaking your truth? So she says she's here to remind you that she's there to support you at all times, so long as you operate from a place of truth and honesty. So it's about really being honest with yourself. Are you being honest? Are you walking your talk? Or are you not? Okay, so she's asking you to look at that. So be true to your word, be faithful and loyal to the path that you've chosen, that you've committed to. Commit, to show up for yourself every day, and the dividends will be greater than you can ever imagine. She also reminds you that compromise is not always an option. Yes, it's nice to be able to compromise with people, but not at your own expense. Not if it means that you are no longer being true to yourself because of the compromise. So you must stay true to yourself. So even if that means you feel like you might lose something important, and with this eclipse energy as well, you might be feeling pushed to let go of something that you maybe think is really important to you, I would urge you to trust the cosmic energy, trust the flow, and trust your own inner truth, and let go and see what happens, because you'll find as you let go of stuff, more beneficial energy can come to you as a result. The eclipses will shake it out and take it away anyway if it needs to go, and we'll come to that later. I think that's why the Lady of Lightning has shown up for us today. But the Wise Woman of Wonderland, she reminds you also to be fearless, to go after what it is you really want. Don't settle for less than you actually deserve and less than you want. Are you maybe not speaking up in case people leave you or abandon you? You do matter. Your truth matters. It's really important that you understand that. So don't settle for disappointment. Step out of your comfort zone. Great adventures await you, but only if you push yourself and put yourself out there. And again, use this upshift of energy over the next 2 weeks to do that. Work with the energy of the seasons, not against it. So the Camel Boy is the next card. So it depicts a little boy sitting on a camel, and he's playing a little whistle or a flute or something. And this card reminds you to ask for help and support when you need it. Okay, we've had a few cards like this over the last few weeks about asking for help. Take small steps towards your goal. It's a reminder that you don't have to do it all on your own, nor do you have to do it all at once. Okay, sometimes we've loads on our plate. I know I do. Break it down into little small chunks. Do a little thing every day. It's amazing how much that helps, and that builds momentum, keeps you motivated. This card's also about letting go of the need to control how things unfold. And again, with eclipse season, with this cosmic energy that we have, you've got to let go. You've got to let go of the need to control how it's all going to unfold. So ask for help, and then be open to the signs and open to who shows up to help you. The more you ask, then the right people can be sent to you. Signs and synchronicities will start to open and come into your life, but you have to watch for them. You have to see them. If you do feel stuck right now and life doesn't appear to be moving for you, and you're feeling really kind of, held back and not sure what's going on, then use this energy now to pause, to meditate, to check in. What's in flow with you? What is your truth? What makes you feel good? What do you need? And then start to do the small tasks. Start to do the little things, even if the big stuff seems stuck. So it's a little bit like us and our house move. Because we don't have a completion date for the legal purchase of the house, we're still in that sort of in-betweeny bit. That's something that is outside of our control. So we have to let go of that. And it can be difficult. But what can we do? Well, in the meantime, we can do the small tasks. We can get rid of things we don't need. We can box up our belongings. We can start to pack. We can start to prepare. We can take little steps every day. So In your day-to-day life, when you feel stuck at the big stuff's not working, do the small things. Wash the car, clean the kitchen, tidy the house, cut the grass, chop some wood, bring the coal bucket in, whatever you need to do. Those small tasks start to build momentum then and start to push the energy and allow things to start moving forward again. And then the big things will fall into place as a result. Whereas if you just sit down and go, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, then you get more of that. Remember, about the next 2 weeks are about amplifying this energy. So making small little steps forward will amplify into big giant leaps. Whereas if you just sit and do nothing, then you'll get really held back and stuck. And we don't want that. I was also listening to my art coach, Michelle Lloyd, talking through the week, last week, about silent to-do lists. I know I have plenty of these silent to-do lists myself. They're not so silent. It's the things that speak to you in your mind as you walk into a room, all the little things that need done. So you walk, she was talking about the fact she had hung her curtains without ironing them. So whenever she looks at the curtains, they scream at her, should have ironed me. Or, she was talking about having, a room that needed decorating and there was wallpaper coming off the wall a bit. And every time she walks in, she looks at it and it speaks to her saying, you need to fix me. This needs sorted. For me, it's my wardrobe. Every time I open the wardrobe, I have these shelves and the clothes just get muddled up very quickly in them, and I seem to be constantly reorganizing them, but I have left it for a while and they've just got into such a state. So I open it and I go, oh, I grab something and then I close it again, but I know it's there. So every time I walk in, it's like it's screaming at me going, hi, you need to fix me, you need to tidy me, and it can be a drain on your energy. So this Camel Boy card is about that energy as well, about what is your silent to-do list? What's sitting there in the back of your mind? What small things can you do to start building momentum to move forward so that if you are stuck, you start to be unstuck as you move forward? So for me, it's a sign to also clear that wardrobe out and sort it. It'll be getting done anyway, but as we pack up. But at the same time, I need to do something about it now rather than constantly just have it in here, because that's a waste of energy. So, what's your silent to-do list? Let me know in the comments. What's hanging on there that you need to deal with that you haven't? And maybe commit to showing up for yourself this week. What about that? Leave me a wee comment and let me know. Are you going to actually tackle one of your silent to-do lists? The third card that's come up this week is the Lady of Lightning card. So this card is all about surprises or maybe shocks. It's a little bit like the Tower card in the tarot. So it can sort of come across as things appearing chaotic or out of control, or things shifting, and paradigm shifts and life changing and things coming at you really quickly and you're not sure whether it's good or bad. Energy shifts and changes all the time. Okay, so just like in the lightning, the lightning card, it's about allowing it to happen. It comes in, there's fresh new energy then as a result. Okay, we have to step into the flow. We cannot control really anything other than how we respond to life's events. And sometimes we just simply have to wait out the storm. Sometimes we have to simply just take cover, let it pass, and then breathe once the storm passes and relish the freshness that comes as a result. Because the storm always does pass. Some are longer than others, but it always passes. Saw a quote one time saying, every storm runs out of rain. So remember that if you're struggling. So look at what you're trying to hold on to. If you're trying to hold on to something and life's feeling a little bit chaotic, what are you holding on to and why? What does it give you? What does it serve you by holding on to it? And would it be easier to let it go and see what happens? Okay. What changes are coming that you need to allow to come in? Okay, it can be very frightening sometimes when change is coming, particularly if you're not sure you want it. But life is a constant cycle of change and evolution, and we have to allow ourselves to go with that flow, because particularly in eclipse season, what we resist will just then get smashed up and it will just completely be more chaotic than it needs to be. Whereas if you let go and step into the flow, then the changes can come, fresh energy can come in, and actually you'll look back and say, do you know, that was for the best. If you've been doing your personal work over the last couple of weeks, like we said earlier, then these next couple of weeks are going to be a breeze for you, and you're going to feel a real upshift and uplifting energy coming in. If you haven't been doing your work, then do it now. Take time to check in what needs done, what are you going to commit to doing, and put your focus on being uplifted over the next couple of weeks. You can do this. Allow the freshness to come in. Okay. Step into that flow. Be non-resistant to the change. Okay. Wait out the storm. It will definitely pass. So tell me, do these cards resonate with you this week? I hope they do. They certainly resonated with me. And again, as always, they do tune in very well to what's going on cosmically. Check out elizabethperu.com for her tip off. And if you're not a subscriber, I would urge you to do that, because you get a little tip off every week about what's happening, and lots of other wonderful material, like her eclipse guide and guided meditations and all sorts of things. And it's really, really worth it for the couple of dollars a year that it costs. What I would say to you as well is, please keep commenting, liking, sharing. Thank you so much for all your engagement and interaction. Join the mailing list if you haven't already, so that you're kept up to date, and make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow me on all the various social channels. And I will be back live next week with another card reading for you and some more musings. So let me know if these resonated, and I hope you have a lovely Bank Holiday Monday.